Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Saath, Freelancing Wali, and I'm a foundation level student at the high school. So viewers, today I'll be talking to Maya, an AI tool, and ask a few questions, and Maya will provide the answers. So let's begin. Hi Maya, how are you doing today? Are you hearing?
I can hear you.
Okay, Maya. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. How are things with you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. I'm also good. Thank you so much for asking. So Maya, our topic is about wood. Let's begin. Are you ready?
I'm definitely ready. Let's see where this goes. I'm all ears. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I am also ready. So let's begin. My first question is for you: that what is wood?
Wood is the hard fibrous material that makes up the stem and roots of trees and shrubs. It's basically the skeleton of the plant, giving it the strength to grow tall and reach for the sun. Do you want to know about the different types or maybe how it's actually formed?
No, that's enough. And that's a great start. Any wood is one of the most useful natural materials humans have ever used. So my next question is: where does wood come from?
It comes from the growth of trees and woody plants. More specifically, it's created by the cambium layer, which is this thin layer of living cells that produces new wood every year. That's how we get those rings you see in a tree trunk. Do you want to know more about how those rings work?
No, let's move on. Exactly, trees provide wood, making forests an important resource for humanity. So my next question is: why was wood important in early civilizations?
Back then, wood was essentially everything. It was the primary material for building homes and ships. And of course, it provided the heat and light needed to survive the winters. Without it, early humans wouldn't have been able to settle down or explore the ocean. I can tell you about how they used it for tools if you're interested. I'm still here. Just checking if you wanted to dive into those tools or if you have another question on your list.
Yes, I have many questions and I got it. Very true. Earlier people relied on wood for survival in daily life. So my next question is: how did ancient people use wood for shelter?
They mostly used it for the frames of their homes. Depending on where they lived, they might have lashed logs together for simpler huts or used carved beams to support heavier roofs made of thatch or mud. It was the go-to material because it was strong, relatively easy to work with, and usually available right in their own backyard. Do you want to hear about the tools they used to shape it?
No, not now. But you got an excellent point. Would help
What's
people
next?
build strong and protective homes. So my next question is: why was wood useful for making tools?
Wood is a bit of a miracle material. It's strong enough to handle a lot of pressure, but it's also flexible and lightweight compared to stone or metal. Plus, since ancient people could shape it using just a sharp rock or a bit of fire, it was the perfect choice for everything from spear shafts to handles for axes. Does that cover it, or do you want to know about a specific tool?
Yes, I want to know about specific tools.
I can definitely do that.
Okay.
Some of the most impactful tools were things like bows and arrows for hunting, or the simple wooden wedge, which they used to split larger logs into manageable pieces. There were also wooden looms for weaving clothes. Are you thinking of a tool used for a specific task, like building or hunting?
I think building.
Wait, did you mean tools for closing something? Or maybe you're thinking of tools used for clothes, like the looms I mentioned? I'm thinking we might have had a little mix up there.
It's okay.
Were you talking about weaving clothes or?
No, it's okay. Let's move on our questions. And that's right. Wooden tools made many everyday tasks easier. So my next question is, how did wood help with transportation?
That was a total game changer for getting around. First and foremost, it gave us the wheel, which
Yes.
completely transformed how we moved heavy things. Then, of course, there were boats and ships, which allowed people to travel across rivers and oceans to explore new lands and trade.
Wonderful answer. Boats, carts, and wheels often depended on wood. So my next question is, why was wood important for cooking?
Hmm. It was basically the only way to get a fire going. Beyond just being the fuel for the heat, they used wood to make the tools for cooking, like bowls, spoons, and actual structures for ovens. It made everything from basic survival to actual cuisine possible. Do you want to know about the different types of wood they use for fuel?
No, exactly. Wood served as a major source of
Ah,
fuel
got
for
it.
cooking food. So my next question is, how did wood help people stay warm?
It was the ultimate survival tool. By burning wood for heat, early humans could move into colder climates and survive harsh winters that would have otherwise been impossible. It wasn't just about the fire itself, but also using wood to build thick, walled shelters that kept the wind and cold out. Would you like to know about the types of shelters they built to stay warm?
Yeah, sure.
They built a variety of things depending on what they had around. In colder areas, they might have built longhouses with heavy wooden beams and walls packed with mud or peat for insulation. Then you had things like wigwams,
Great observation. Fire would provide heat during cold weather. So my next question is from you that what kinds of structures were built with wood?
the range was actually huge. They built everything from simple fences and bridges to massive temples and palaces. In some cultures, they even built entire cities out of wood. Would you like to know about stratus, specific type of building, or maybe something like the Great Pyramid's internal structures?
Very interesting. Wood was used in homes, bridges, and even temples. So my next question is, why is wood considered a renewable resource?
Because we can grow more of it. Unlike things like metal or oil, which take millions of years to form, trees can be planted and grown in a relatively short amount of time. As long as we manage forests responsibly and plant a new tree for every one we cut down, we can keep the supply
That's
going indefinitely.
yes.
Challenges of keeping it renewable.
No, it really makes sense.
You're
So
welcome. Since you mentioned it, are you curious?
yeah, that's correct. New trees can grow and replace those that are harvested. So my next question is, how did wooden boats change human history?
It basically gave humans a foundation to build upon by providing shelter, warmth, and tools. Wood allowed us to stop just surviving and start actually thriving. Paved the way for agriculture, global exploration via ships, and the development of permanent cities. It's hard to imagine a world where we didn't have the ability to shape our environment with it. Do you want to hear about how it influenced early art and culture too?
Yes, I can.
Wood played a huge role in art since it was everywhere. Early humans used it to carve everything from spiritual idols and masks to detailed patterns on their furniture and homes. Turned a survival material.
Excellent insight. Wooden boats connected communities and encouraged trade. So my next question is, why was wood important for farming?
It was essential for the actual tools of the trade. Farmers used wood to make plows for tilling the soil, handles for hoes and rakes, and fences to protect their crops from animals. Even the early irrigate channels to move water to the fields. With farming would have been a lot more labor intensive and way less efficient. You want to know about any other tools they used in the fields?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
They used wooden harrows to break up clumps of soil after plowing and sting and carrying their produce. Made moving heavy loads around the farm so much easier. Do you have any other questions about farming, or are we moving
Yes.
on to a new part of the topic?
No,
I'm ready
there
for the
are.
next one. What's
Okay.
on your mind?
Absolutely, many farming tools were made from wood. So my next question is, how did forests support civilizations?
Forests were like the original everything store for early civilizations. They didn't just provide wood for building and fuel, they offered food, medicine, and protection. For many groups, forests were also spiritual centers, places where they felt a deep connection to nature and the divine. Do you want to know about how they used the forest for medicine, or maybe how it acted as a natural barrier for defense?
About medicines.
They used it in a few different ways. Early civilizations used barks, resins, and leaves from various trees to treat everything from wounds to. My apologies.
It's okay. Great answer for supplied materials, food, and protection. So my next question is, what are some advantages of wood as a building material?
One of the biggest pluses is how versatile it is. It's naturally insulating, meaning it helps keep a building warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Plus, it's much lighter than stone or concrete, which makes it easier to transport and assemble. Do you want to know about how it compares to other materials like metal or stone?
Not exactly. But very true, wood is strong, versatile, and relatively easy to work with. So my next question is, how did wood contribute to trade?
It really laid the groundwork for almost everything. In terms of early society, it allowed people to build stable, permanent homes and create the tools they needed to store food and manage their land. It basically turned a nomadic existence into a settled one. Are you thinking about its contribution to a specific part of history, like the Industrial Revolution or maybe early trade?
No, not at all. But that's right, timber.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
think so.
that's right, timber became an important trade commodity. So my next question is, you explained about timber, so can you tell me what is timber?
Timber is basic that's been processed specifically for construction. Well, wood is the general material, the logs or planks that are cut and prepared to be used as building materials like houses, bridge. Difference between a tree in the forest and a beam in a building.
Yes. Excellent
The
explanation. Timber is both prepared for construction and other uses. So my next question is,
clear it up, how they process it. Wood was the ultimate game changer for early architecture. Because it's relatively easy to cut and shape, it allowed people to build structures that were much taller and more complex than they could with just stone or mud. Think about those massive ancient Japanese pagodas or the intricate carvings in old European cathedrals. It also introduced the idea of the frame, basically creating a skeleton for a building, which is how most of our homes are built today.
Great
Do you want to
answer.
know about a specific time period or maybe
No, I
are
don't
you
want
wrapping
to
things
know.
up? I'm
Yes.
just
Great answer. Many architectural styles develop around available wood resources. So my next question is,
absolutely.
yeah,
Architecture
my next question is, what challenges come with overusing wood resources?
the biggest one is deforestation,
Yeah,
obviously. When you clear out too many forests for lumber, you lose biodiversity and mess with the planet's carbon cycle. Then there's the risk of fires and pests like termites, which can take down an entire structure if you're not careful. Do you think we've found a good balance with newer materials?
yeah, I really think. Excellent point. Overharvesting can harm ecosystems and communities.
It really does. When you strip the land like that, it's not just about the trees, it's the animals losing their homes in the soil, just washing away. It's a
Yeah,
domino effect.
yeah, it is. So my last question is from you that why is wood called the backbone of early civilization?
Because it did everything. It was the primary tool for almost every survival need. You had it for shelter to keep the rain off, fire for warmth and cooking, and the building blocks for tools and weapons to hunt and gather. Without it, the leap from just surviving to actually building a society would have been a lot slower. I
Beautifully
wonder if you've ever
explained.
thought about how slant.
No,
I'm not sure I follow. Are
it's
you
okay.
talking about a slant in.
No, no, I'm not talking about
No
any
worries.
slant.
We can just.
Beautifully explained, Annie. From homes and tools to ships and trade, wood supported the growth and success of civilizations across the world. So, what you can say at the end?
I see a big lesson in resilience. Wood is a natural material that's adaptable and strong, but it's only useful if we treat the source with respect. To me, it looks like a reminder that the things that build our world only last if we don't exhaust them. What do you think the biggest takeaway is?
Yeah, thank you, Annie, for sharing your thoughts and knowledge about wood and its incredible role in human history. Today, we learned that wood was much more than just a material, it was the foundation of homes, tools, and transportation, trade, and the growth of early civilizations. From ancient villages to modern cities, wood has helped shape the world we live in. It reminds us of the importance of nature and the need to use our natural resources responsibly. I hope everyone enjoyed this fascinating discussion and gained a deeper appreciation for the role wood has played throughout history. And thank you for joining us on Talk with Annie. Stay curious, keep learning, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye and take care.
That was a beautiful wrap up. You really captured the whole journey from the ancient forests
Yeah.
to the cities we see now. Feels like a complete
Yeah.
story.
Okay, Maya. So bye bye and Allah Hafiz, everyone. Pakistan Zindabad.